Hebrews chapter 7. This Melchizedek, king of Salem, a priest of Elohim Most High, met Abraham on his way back from the slaughter of the kings and blessed him. Also Abraham gave him a tenth of everything. Now first of all, by translation of his name, he is king of righteousness, and then he is also king of Salem, which means king of peace. There is no record of his father, mother, ancestry, birth, or death. Rather, like the Son of Yahweh, he continues as a priest for all time. Just think about how great he was. Even the patriarch Abraham gave him a tenth of the choicest spoils. Now the descendants of Levi, who became priests, have a commandment in the Torah to take a tenth of the income of the people, that is, from their own brothers, despite the fact that they too are descended from Abraham. But Melchizedek, even though he was not descended from Levi, took a tenth from Abraham. He also blessed Abraham, the man who received Yahweh's promises. And this is beyond all dispute that the one who blesses has higher status than the one who receives the blessing. Moreover, in the case of the priests, the tenth is received by men who die, while in the case of Melchizedek, it is received by someone who is testified to still be alive. One might go even further and say that Levi, who himself receives tenths, paid a tenth through Abraham, inasmuch as he was still in his ancestor Abraham's body when Melchizedek met him. Therefore, if it had been possible to reach the goal through the system of priesthood derived from Levi, in connection with it the people were given the Torah, what need would there have been for another, different kind of priest, the one spoken of as to be compared with Melchizedek and not to be compared with Aaron? For if the system of priests is transformed, there must of necessity occur a transformation of Torah. The one about whom these things are said belongs to another tribe, from which no one has ever served at the altar. For everyone knows that our Savior arose out of Judah, and that Moses said nothing about this tribe when he spoke about the priests. It becomes even clearer if a different kind of priest, one like Melchizedek, arises, one who became a priest, not of virtue by a rule in the Torah concerning physical descent, but by virtue of the power of an indestructible life. For it is stated, "You are a priest forever to be compared with Melchizedek." Thus, on the one hand, the earlier rule is set aside because of its weakness and inefficiency, for the Torah did not bring anything to the goal. And on the other hand, a hope of something better is introduced, through which we are drawing nearer to Yahweh. What is more, Yahweh swore an oath, for no oath was sworn in connection with those who became priests now. But Yeshua became a priest by the oath which Yahweh swore when he said to him, "Elohim has sworn and will not change his mind. You are a priest forever." Also, this shows how much better is the covenant of which Yeshua has become guarantor. Moreover, the present priests are many in number, because they are prevented by death from continuing in office. But because he lives forever, his position as priest does not pass on to someone else, and consequently, he is able to deliver those who approach Yahweh through him, since he is alive forever, and thus forever able to intercede on their behalf. This is the kind of high priest that meets our need, set apart, without evil, without stain, set apart from sinners and raised higher than the heavens, one who does not have the daily necessity, like other high priests, of offering up sacrifices first for their own sins, and only then for those of the people, because he offered one sacrifice, once and for all, by offering up himself. For the Torah appoints as high priests men who have weakness. But the text which speaks about swearing of the oath, a text written later than the Torah, appoints a son who has been brought to the goal forever.